Yeah, so while they're messaging back and forth for him to tell me he's making me breakfast, I'm looking at the house and everything, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to put together the bed frame at some point. I have to do laundry because my everything was fucking soaked. I have to dry out whatever was still soaking. I have to figure out the food situation, all of that. Right? So I'm like compiling a list. Alright, because I can really hear the spirit strongly here. So, um, yeah, I can hear the spirits talking back and forth to me when I was like, when I'm in this place, right? And I remember one of them telling me they like compile a list like you used to do when I was a kid, right? And I was like, oh my fucking god. And then when I started looking, I'm like, oh, it's like exactly the same. Like back when I was younger, I used to do like right before I had to like I could give you guys that example for like when I had to do uni, right? Like I had a list of everything I needed before I started the semester. So it felt like that because it feels like dorm life right now. Like as if I had like a second opportunity to go off to uni and come back. That's how it feels for me right now. And so the spirit's telling me, do the same thing. Alright, so I'm like, okay, I'm assessing the place and I'm like figuring out everything I need so I'm not gonna be fucked the first week, right? So I do all of that and I'm messaging my landlord and I'm telling him, I'm like, because I'm assessing everything, I'm like, just so you know, I didn't do any of this damage or whatever. This is how it was before I got here, right? So like I'm going through all of that back and forth with him. Then he tells me, he's like, oh yeah, I told the one of the guys to go make you breakfast. I'm like, who told you in your right mind to go and do that? I was like, I didn't want to bother them. What the fuck? So because I wasn't, so they hadn't really finished cleaning out this room, right? So the closet had a whole bunch of shoe boxes and the shelf was filled, and then like there was lights on this table here. I don't really want to show you because like my room's still kind of a mess. um, yeah, so they were still cleaning out this room, right? So because there's two rooms, I know eventually I'm gonna have a roommate, and she's supposed to move in right at the start of the month when I was supposed to, but I came a week early, right? So by the time she comes, I'm settled, right? So I spend all my time downstairs because this room's not completely empty yet, right? Like they have to move their shit before I can come in, right? Even though all my stuff is like all over the place here. He hadn't swapped out the locks on the door yet either, so I find out later. So he works, my landlord, he works at he's a locksmith, right? So like I don't have to worry about security nonsense. So he hadn't put in the lock yet, so like whatever, I feel very safe, okay? uh anyways, so they're moving shit, right? And they're avoiding me, right? Like they're like, oh my god, girl. They're avoiding me like I'm the fucking plague, right? Then because it's not completely my room yet, and I'm like chilling downstairs on the couch or whatever, like I'm frequently downstairs, right? And the kitchen's right there. So eventually, because I'm telling my landlord this, I'm like, why the fuck are they not like talking to me? I'm like, this is really weird to live in the house with other people and like you never like cross paths with them is like really weird. Anyhow, so the guy finally decides like for me to describe my landlord like in one word, he's like a real hippie. I swear to God. So yeah, one of them comes downstairs like intentionally, right? And he's like, oh, I was told to make you breakfast, right? After he was done cooking, right? And I'm like, because he's looking at me, he's like, you better eat. I was like, but I don't want to. But I'm like, okay. So then he tells me, he's really nice, right? They were both really nice. He's like, okay, I made food. I'm off to work. I'll see you whenever. I'm like, okay. So I go and I try the food because he's renting it to two brown guys, right? And like now he's renting it out to two women, right? So I didn't clock it in my head. I was like, oh fuck, brown dudes. It's gonna be, the food's gonna be spicy. I was like, fuck, like I didn't think about that. I was too busy in my head figuring out what else I needed and stuff while I was like, assessing the house. That the moment I ate the food, I was like, oh fuck, it tastes good, but it's spicy as hell. I'm gonna die. I can't eat this. um, then I think the last night when they were here, they were moving out, right? So I meet the other guy. No, after the initial breakfast weirdness, the guy came back. I told him I wanted, because I didn't have a key yet, right? I'm like, I can't leave the house if I'm the only one in here. I'm like, I don't have a key. I want to go walk around and see what the place looks like while it's nice and warm and whatnot, and I need to stretch my legs. And I'm not depending on you guys for food, So he's like, oh shit. He's like, here's the key. I'm like, thanks. I didn't want to be locked in the whole time. I'm like, I should have discussed that with the landlord, but I'm like, he's gonna like pass the key to him and then pass it back to me. So I might as well like skip the middle step and take it from him, right? Yeah, so the night they were leaving, I got to talk to the other guy now, who was in this room. He used to be a gamer, right? This used to be a gaming room. And I was like, oh, I'm like, okay, this is the residual energy I'm feeling through the walls now. Dude had so many pairs of shoes. He comes in. I'm watching him empty out the room because my stuff's in here. I don't want him, to go through my shit. So I'm like, I'm watching him and we're kind of talking. And I was telling him, because I don't know how long I'm gonna be here. Because I told my landlord, I'm like, either I'm gonna be here a couple months or for a fucking year. I don't fucking know. Like, I have enough to pay you for a year, right? And he's like, holy fuck, you gonna pay me up front? I'm like, not yet. Oh my god, it's so funny. When I gave him rent, it looked like a fucking drug deal. I'm like, I swear. Because I had to give him first month and last month, right? So I'm like, basically like 1,200 up front. Right, I got so lucky because I told him, I was talking to him and I'm like, I couldn't afford to live by myself if I was still back home because one paycheck alone is rent. And he's like, okay, half of that's gonna be rent here, right? And I'm like, okay. Yeah, when I like gave him the payments, because I couldn't do, it was too big, large of an amount to do electronically. So I like went to go draw the money and I'm giving him the money like this, and he was like, oh my fucking god. Yeah, it looked like a fucking drug dealer. Yeah, I'm in this room talking to that guy and I'm like, I don't know how to I don't know how long I'm gonna be staying here for, so I don't know how I should decorate the room, right? That's what I was telling him, and he was showing me, he took photos, he's like, this is what it looked like when I had the room, and I was like, it was a total gamer room, it looked so good, it was so much fun. So he's emptying out the closet, telling me this. You could still see where he left, cause he had RGB lights, right? So it's, anyhow, he told me before he left, cause I thought that was really sick. The room light overhead, he said they're special bulbs, right? He put them in there, and he said it's got rainbow powers, so I can make the room any color I want. And I was like, oh my god. He told me that before he left, and it was nice. So those guys are leaving because there's so many dudes, right? So they're gonna, I don't know if they bought a house together or renting a house together, but they're all gonna live in one house, right? So now it's just me and my landlord in this house. And we're waiting for my roommate now to show up because he's like, okay, I've got one. I gotta figure out, because he's feeling out the energy, right? I'm talking so much, I'm losing my voice again. Okay. So he's feeling out the energy for who he wants in the house, right? Because he's been through a lot of shit. And so he's trying to figure out who's gonna vibe with me now, right? So he said he had a lot of people come see the house, and the people he had staying at the house are the people who didn't come see the house. It's really fucked up, right? Because I didn't get to see this, my friend had come to see this place for me, right? And then I met him, and then I ended up here, right? My roommate, she had met him, and then somehow she ended up coming here, right? Because she was living in the dorms before, because there's there's the university and the college here, right? So the college is a little bit further, but she used to study down at the university. It's not that far. It's about like a 20-minute walk, right? Because I told you I went to the park with her the other day. Yeah, so she used to live in the dorms there because she walked me down there and she was filling me in on all the tea, right? Um, yeah, so she was filling me in on all the drama, and then she ended up coming here, right? And he was telling me, he's like, when you meet her, because he was like scaring me, right? Because I guess he's such an idiot, but anyhow, he didn't get a good impression of her, so he's like, if you fight with her, don't let me know. And I was like, what the fuck? And then after I started talking with her, I'm like, we vibe so well. I'm like, if I'm gonna fight with anybody, I'm gonna fight with you, bro. He's so fucking annoying. Yeah, so it's me and my landlord alone in the house, and I'm like prepping everything before she gets here, because he gave me a really like, I'm like, I didn't read her energy, right? Like, I knew in the back of my head, I'm probably not going to be in this place by myself, but I'm like, I don't want to know. In case it's going to be really fucked up, I don't want to know. And I didn't have any cards or anything with me, right? Like, I did buy a standard deck to use, but you know, I'm like suffering. Like, tarot's not my thing. I'm like into Oracle, not tarot, right? So, didn't read her energy. He's giving me really bad vibes about her, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna prep everything so I'm out of her hair and we don't fight or anything, right? But whatever. Yeah, so those guys leave. It's just me and my landlord for a couple days. He comes home late at night. Um, I don't remember if the room was set up yet or not, because I don't remember if he had put in the lock yet. But like when it was just me and him, I was like, I don't want to be in the house with just him. So I'm like, I'm gonna go out and explore the place, see what's around, and then come back, right? So then the only time I get to spend with him is like when he gets home between 7 and 9ish. So we'd sit there and we watch TV. That's the only time I get to talk with him, right? We're just watching TV. We like binge watch everything together. Which is weird because he told me he's like he never used to watch TV. Like I'll give you his whole like life story just now, but like he used to tell me that, and then like now he said because I'm here, he's like now I watch so much TV, and I'm like you're welcome. Because I could technically do that from my laptop in the room, right? Yeah, so eventually the bed frame comes. I go walking around the place. I go visit my friend like a couple of times because she's like, I don't like with the situation right now, and I'm like, but I'm okay, right? And Matt's looking at me. He's like, she good. um, we went out for sushi one day. I got to meet his half brother. His family's really fucked up. It was really funny when I met my landlord and I met his half brother. They both as instantly when they saw me, they all stopped cussing. Right? It's not like I told them you guys can't cuss. Right? They instantly modified their behavior the moment they saw me. It was fucking hilarious. So I was like, what in the fuck? What's wrong with you guys? My landlord's comfortable enough around me now to cuss now, right? Because he looked at me. Probably because he didn't know how, like, age-wise, right? And I had to tell him, I'm like, yo, bro, I'm like 29. Like, chill. Like, you don't have to censor yourself around me. It was hilarious. But Matt's brother, he looked at me and he was like, oh my God, she's so proper. I was like, bro, relax. Like, I don't really give a shit. Relax. Anyhow, my landlord was really worried. He's like, I'm worried that you're gonna think I'm crazy and stupid and some next third thing that I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm like, if you give me a reason to, I'll look at you that way. Just like calm down and chill, guy. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, we went for sushi one day. Cause Matt's like, girl, if you like eat, cause when he took me, he's like, you only need water and cup noodles. I'm like, yeah, I can survive. Like this is. He's like, you're gonna get fucking scurvy, Lisa. He's like, get a bottle of juice too, and I was like, okay. So he's, because they both, I don't know why they're fucking so obsessed over me eating, right? They were like worried. So he's like, you know what, let's go out for sushi and have a good time, right? I'm like, okay, take me for sushi. His half brother's there, I meet him. We have a good time. He's like, Matt's used to having me around now, right? Because he's like, I don't waste food. And I'm conscious of the people around me, right? Like the people he had near him, they always like, they're selfish, right? So they just care about themselves and don't give a fuck about anybody else. But he Matt was like helping me out now. Yeah, so we went for sushi. I had dinner at their place a couple times. It's so freeing now. Like I can move about and do what I want during the day now. It feels weird not working though. But she was like, my friend was on my ass the whole time. She's like, yo, Lisa, you gotta bring some money in, right? She's like, go and get a job and work. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking deadbeat, relax. So she was like spamming me all the like the job applications. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna apply for them slowly, right? And I'm gonna do everything. Um, so I told you before I got here, like I didn't have towels or like, you know, the basic nonsense. I had to go out and get hangers and stuff. So I had to like fix the closet and everything. I had to build my bed frame. Um, Went to visit my friend a couple times. We talked. I'm talking so much, I'm hiccuping now. It's like after 12 now, I haven't had breakfast. I'm kind of hungry. Oh well, I'll endure it. Anyhow, so, um, yeah, after I got over being sick, then my fucking period kicks in, and I was like, fuck me. So I could tell, because me and my friend are talking about this in front of Matt, and we're like, this is a fucking man's house. And Matt's like, what the fuck do you mean? And I'm like, bro, no woman in their right mind, okay, would ever have anything white, especially seats, like chairs, in a house, right? And I'm telling him this, and I'm like, I'm on my period now. There's nowhere to fucking sit downstairs, and all the places that there is to sit is fucking white. I'm like, bro, I'm just gonna like chill in the room the whole time and hope I don't fuck, because I'm like dead for a fucking week, right? Um, my landlord was looking at me like I was crazy too. He's like, what the fuck? Don't die in that room. And I'm like, I don't want, like, he's not taking the hint. I'm like, bro, stay the fuck away from me for like a week, okay? I don't want you to know that I'm bleeding out like crazy right now. So before my period came, that initial week, I had finished building the bed frame, and then my roommate came in, right? And so she lived, she lived at the dorm. Then there was too much nonsense going on there, right? Because she was feeling me in on all of that. So she ended up renting an entire house, right? But it was crackhead area, and she said, kept teething all her shit, and she's like, I had to find a new place to live. So then she ends up coming here, right? And when I heard her speak for the first time, I'm like, I hear an accent. I know we're gonna get along. Get along well. Oh my god, I can't fucking talk. Yeah, so that day I remember because I had just finished setting up my bed frame, putting up the bed. I'm like, my room's my room, but I'm like, I need hangers and stuff for the closet because I'm like, okay, I've done laundry, everything's good. Like, I gotta hang up all my clothes. So she comes that day, right? And then, after the past couple of days I spent with my landlord, we were talking about a whole bunch of stuff. He's pouring out his whole life story and everything. I meet his guardian angel and everything. Everything's there, right? Like I can feel everything. Sorry, my mind just went blank. I don't think his guardian's gonna want me to talk about him. That's why I feel like. Anyways, every time I'm near my landlord, I feel his guardian nearby, but like I'm like struggling to talk to him because I'm like, I can feel his presence nearby. So like he's pouring out his life story where like, because he wants to get a understanding of where I'm coming from, right? So I was telling him about like fucking hate brown dudes, so we're like bonding over that. He's like, me too, they fucked my house up. I was like talking about, because I looked at him, I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to be near a brown guy right now. So we're talking about how much we hate brown dudes. We watch TV together. He's pouring out his life story to me. He was telling me, he's like, how the hell did you end up here? And I was like, yeah, I ran away from wedding shit, family drama, that kind of shit, right? So we're like bonding because he's like, oh my god, we're like similar but like not the same, right? And then he was asking me, because he doesn't, I had to tell him, because he's brown, right? So he's like, you Indian, right? I'm like, yeah, but not you type Indian, right? And he's like, what the fuck you talking about? And I'm like, I have to give him, he doesn't understand what a West Indian person is, right? So he's looking at me like I'm crazy, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna have to give him a history lesson later. Because he's looking at me. The first thing he asked me is like, if I'm a vegetarian, and I'm like, no. Because then I looked at him too, because he told me he never used to be a vegetarian until now, because he gave me his whole life story. So like he's telling me all this stuff. Then eventually, so I know enough about him, right? But he was pissed because I'm like, I'm not opening up to him, right? Like there's no reason for me to tell him anything. And then she gets here, and he tells, like, she's asking him to help her build the bed frame, right? But because I had just built mine and he didn't want to. He's not like if something broke, fix it type of guy, right? Which is fucking annoying. So I'm looking at her because she looks pretty young. I guess to him, looking at us, we look roughly the same age, right? But I had to tell him, like, I'm fucking close to 30, guy. Can you, like, not treat me like a child? Anyhow, so with her, she comes in, needs help building the bed frame before it gets dark, right? So we can all go to sleep and everything will be fine, right? This is a nice peaceful house, because this is like team hates people. He hates people, I hate people, she hate people. We all vibe and click, right? So she comes, needs help building the bed frame. I had just built mine earlier in the day. He doesn't want to fucking help, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go bond with her, right, and see like what's going on with her. She's got the bigger room, just so you know, because I have less stuff. I'm like, I don't need it. I'm like, she just came from a house, she's got a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, you take the bigger room. So we built her bed frame, which is lots of fun. It's like Legos. It's like we made a couple mistakes and then we fixed it until it was proper, right? So first thing I learned about her is that she really loves the color pink. Everything's fucking pink. Her shoes, her bed, like everything, her cups, everything is fucking pink. This girl's obsessed with pink, the soap, everything. Then I find out she's like a decade younger than me. And I was like, holy shit, she's like 3 years older than Tomsy. I'm like, holy. So anything she needs, because now that I know that I'm older than her, anything she needs, I go on to help her, right? So I find out she's a gamer too. So then she's like, if you ever want to come game with me, come. And I was like, I should be looking for work. I have already missed out on like 2 paychecks, right? That's like a little bit, like at least 2,000 gone there. And I'm like, girl, I ain't got time for this. I'd love to game with you, but I'm like, I gotta get some money coming in, because I'm like, I was in May, June-ish, I was in the black, right? And I'm like, a couple months after that, I'm in the fucking red now, right? Like, I want to be in the green. You know what I mean? Like, I want to have a little bit, so I can like blow some money. Like that $2,000 would have been helpful right now, so I could like take the bus and things, not having to walk around everywhere and fuck up my feet. Matt told me, he's like, you're gonna, because he said it's easier to walk around everywhere. My feet are going numb. He said it's easier to walk around everywhere. But I'm like, that's different for you. You're a dude. Like, what the fuck? I walk down the street, I'm gonna get kidnapped, bro. Like, Oh my god, first week I was here, so like down the main road over there. Oh, okay. Right by the house, and you gotta get out to the main road. There's train tracks, so it's got a real like Japanese vibe to it, right? Because I have to cross the train tracks every time I go, right? So I pass the train tracks, and on the main road is like kidnap road. So like first day when I left and I went, this dude in this red pickup truck with a whole bunch of fishing rods in the back. Because I told my roommate this story. I'm like, this dude tried to kidnap me at the pink house. Long story. Anyhow, I wasn't scared. It was just really fucking weird. I was like, bro, because my friend had told me most of the people here, it's mainly white people down here, right? And he said, when I talked to my landlord, he said most people that live here and come here, the people that, oh my god, my feet are really numb. I'm bleeding right now. Oh, I'm not in a comfortable position. Yeah, I got up early this morning and I'm like, fuck, I'm bleeding again. Showered, now my hair's a mess. And now I can't sit properly. Anyhow, my landlord had told me most of the people that come here come to retire, right? And I was like, oh, this is end of life. That's why it's so like relaxing here. Because he told me when he moved out here, he's like, I wanted some peace, right? Yeah, so he told me it's just white people here, they come to retire. And my friend had told me, she's like, the people retire, the people around here are racist as hell, right? Except for when it comes to prostitutes. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, I don't give that fucking vibe. Why is this dude, like, what the fuck? Anyways, yeah, first time I nearly got kidnapped was there. He was like, whatever, I don't care. I would have drop kicked his ass, but anyhow. That first time. Second time, it was on the way back from her house from dinner. Because I kept telling her, I was like, bitch, if I leave your house past 7, I'm gonna get fucking kidnapped. Because by the time I reach here, it's like 9 o'clock, right? Unless I like walk past the bar, which Matt told me not to do. Because he said, like, lots of sketchy shit happened there. He's like, read the news. I was like, oh, fuck. I saved 10 minutes if I cut past the bar path. But I'm like, I can't do that. Anyhow. Yeah, that one night, like, I came home right near 9 o'clock-ish. This guy, like, stopped. You know what I really hate? The lights near here, when I gotta cross the road, they take forever to fucking change. So if someone wants to stop, pick me up, and grab me and go, like, it's easy. And I was like, fuck me, I might as well run the fucking red light. Because, Aaron used to tell me, he said, Lisa, you're safer off, like, jaywalking, right? He said, don't cross at the cross lights. And I'm like, I was like, bro. I was like, now I think about it, I'm like, maybe I should just run the fucking light. But I'm like, I don't know if some crazy ass redneck's gonna come and fucking run me over, right? Yeah, so I'm waiting for I hate this, so it's like right near the house. Like, I have to wait for this light at Pine Street, right? But the fucking light at Pine is so fucked up. I'm waiting there, this dude stops there asking me to get in the car. I was like, are you fucked? Like, no, like, it's almost like pitch black, and I'm like, I'm heading home, fuck this. Yeah, so I was telling her like that kind of nonsense, right? But it's on the same fucking road. I hate that road when I have to take it. Anyhow, my roommate was telling me how, like, so I find out she loves the color pink, right? She's a decade younger than me. She used to go to the semester starts next month, right? So she's gonna be studying down at the uni. I find out she's studying biology, so I'm like, oh, yes, we vibe. She's going into the medical field, so we were talking about that, and I was just talking, I'm like, where are you from? Because I hear an accent, right? And she's like, I'm from London. I'm like, London where? She said England, and I'm like, I knew it, she's British, and I'm like, we're gonna vibe. She's also Nigerian too, right? So she's like, oh, yeah, she's like, oh, you're Caribbean, right? I'm like, yeah, we're gonna vibe now. Because when I'm talking to my landlord, I'm like, bro, you don't know what a West Indian is? Because he's like, it's so crazy how like much racism there is among Indian people, right? So I'm like, I vibe with her, right? She's like, oh, she's like, you eat what we eat, right? And I'm like, yeah, I don't eat what they just eat. Yeah, she told me she's from London, right? So I'm like, this is one of those like um cases like where I can like how often do you come across somebody of like a different culture? So like I wanted to ask, I'm trying to like come up with all the questions I want to ask her, because when am I ever gonna like cross like a British person again in my life, right? So like I'm asking her all the questions and stuff, because we're talking about travel and we're talking about like, was when she told me she was studying biology, I'm like, bro, I was studying that up until I was like, fuck that, I'm gonna take media, right? And that's what I ended up doing. And I was like, I could have taken music too. Like, I could have taken so many different directions. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, so we're like having fun. We're like building her bed, and she's getting frustrated because she's like, I just want to sleep. Like, she's getting all sad, and I have to like encourage her, right? And I'm like, everything will be okay. So I took very good care of her. She takes very good care of me too. Lucky for me, she's such a godsend. So I find out she can cook, right? So she told me when she used to live in the dorms, she was in my situation where she's like, I can't fucking cook, I'm gonna die, right? But she had a roommate there then that used to do all the cooking and feed her. So she taught her and learned, and she learned a couple things. And now she's doing the same thing to me now, right? My landlord said the same thing. He's like, you gotta learn to do this shit, because when you're in my position renting out a house to someone else, he's like, you don't want to be doing this for the first time. And I'm like, how? I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's not my future. I'm not gonna be doing that. I was like, what the? I'm not gonna end up in this position. He said it's still good to know, right? And I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah, so me and my, because after I got to talking with her, then I'm like, oh, he scared me for no fucking reason. I'm like, we vibe so well, we get along, we're like sisters, right? And like that night when he comes home to talk to me now, right? Because we're not always all together, right? She's upstairs, she's gotta like figure out the room situation, all that shit. So she was doing what I was doing the week prior, right? On top of that, she's got school, and then her mom's constantly calling her. Oh yeah, she also told me she's in the country because of her cousin, right? Her cousin was studying somewhere down here. He had a bunch of friends, and then she came out down here, right? So that's how she ended up here. Because I'm like, why would the fuck would you ever leave England and come to a dead ass place like this? Like, oh my gosh, like it's pretty down here, but I'm like, life doesn't go anywhere. Anyways, she loves to travel, and she told me if I go there to eat fish and chips and all the other fun stuff. She's home right now. She's gonna be mad at me for not spending time with her. Anyways, yeah, so we had finished building her bed frame. I was taking good care of her, learning as much as I can about her. Then my landlord comes home that night. He sees me. Did you hear her? He comes home that night and he's like, how'd it go? And I was like, you're such an idiot. You scared me for no reason. I'm like, we're like sisters. And he's like, I gave you a sister now? And I was like, yeah, we're gonna have so much fun in this house. Yo, because he's winning at life, right? Like, he's got two beautiful women in the house. He doesn't have to worry. So she cooks. I do all the cleaning, right? And then I